What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of U4 Tower of God Season 2. This is episode 25, and with me, as always, I have Blue Spade.
Yeah, so we're at the penultimate episode of season 2. So the episode continues off, picks up right after the last episode, where Bomb is still fighting against Refugio. Of course, he Refugio still has the upper hand against them until um, oh, is it Rock and Kun come up with a plan to help to help Bam out in this battle by using Rock's spear as a projectile against Refugio. And then at the same time, Kun saves Huarun by using this blade by stabbing her in the chest and sealing her inside the blade itself.
Yeah. I kind of figured, like, with how the last episode ended, that they were going to, that either Hyorong was maybe some kind of an illusion, like that wasn't really her, or because it seemed like they were going to basically disregard the fact that she was a hostage to try to get to Refugio. And I assumed that either meant, like, maybe she wasn't really there, or they had some other kind of some other plan of how to get her out of the way. But I didn't really expect anything like that. Mostly because we didn't even know that Kun had something like that.
Yeah, and oh yeah, another thing that happened earlier on in the episode is Kasano going over to Emily, and then I think the guy with the goggles, I think they call him the Traveler now.
Mhm.
He catches up with Kasano and sees that Emily has been dissolved into this, I guess into this ignition weapon,
Well,
and
so I mean, they revealed apparently that Emily was, I guess at one point she was a person, and that she was basically, she was one of the people involved in the ignition weapon experiments they were doing, and I guess that she had been like dissolved and turned into this artificial intelligence thing.
yeah, she's basically what they wanted Bomb to be
Yeah,
in previous episodes. But I well yeah well Emily doesn't really have much of a physical body anymore.
yeah, she's
they
I
just put
guess
her in this tank.
yeah,
Yeah,
something else that I thought was kind of funny about this too was that I don't know if it was if there maybe the creator was inspired by this, but it reminded me a lot of the tank that Akira is being imprisoned in the Akira manga. It looks very similar to it. So I don't know if he was just like, I don't know. It almost seemed like he took some inspiration from Akira and with I guess the design of that thing.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to tell,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's apparently Kasano's goal is to I guess somehow retrieve whatever's left of Emily and use it against use it for for his own purposes, whether if it's go against Fug or go against the royal family. It's not really clear what his motivations are right now.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, at the same time, while Bomb is fighting against Refugio, we have Endorsi fighting against the Mad Dog, and she finally gets the better of the guy by she teleports him up to the sky and then just kicks him down all the way down to the ground where it's strong enough where it breaks both of his legs.
Yeah, because apparently this guy, I guess, has a steel body, or he's like, I guess he's really hard to kill.
Yeah, I don't know. It's because what was it? Hots tried to use you know like like a long metal pipe against him, and then he's tried jabbing it with it, but it just bends as soon as it hits him. But yeah, so the Mad Dog is pretty much incapacitated, and I think one of the hostages gets saved from the Mad Dog, and I think what was it? Kong also gets saved by the other team soon
Well,
afterwards.
and then that one girl
Um,
that tried to I guess that was helping out Bam or Viola, was, I guess, is now helping out in Dorsey,
Hmm.
the girl with the
Yeah,
rabbit ears.
I no, I think she was not helping in Dorsey. I think she was helping out the other
Uh,
team that was looking for Kong at the time.
yeah. But I guess like I don't know. I figured that she was gonna be a villain, but I guess she's like decided to like join up with them.
Yeah, and back to Bomb's fight against Refugio. Soon after Kun and Rock save Huarun from Refugio, Bomb reawakens and finally unleashes his new thorn weapon to good use. Pretty much like making him powerful enough to deal a finishing blow to Refugio by knocking his mask off and revealing that Refugio had his eyes taken out because he saw um well, apparently he saw the princess or whoever it was that is like a goddess to him before they somehow cut his eyes out or something like that.
Yeah, apparently, I guess he said
And
they like slaughtered his family, and then they like
yeah,
yeah, they took his eyes out because he looked at her.
yeah, and he pretty much sees something similar with Bomb, like seeing him as some kind of god figure now that he has that thorn weapon. But
Mm.
Bomb doesn't really see himself as a god, nor does he want anyone else to see him that way. So Refugio reveals that he planned to trap everybody else in that cave alongside himself by melting everyone present in the cave. With I guess using like some kind of like I don't know what they call it, like a hot liquid solvent, whatever
It
it
pretty
is.
much just looks like hot lava.
Yeah, and uh, what was it? Um, eventually everybody else arrives just in time to save Kun, Rack, and Bomb from that area. I think. Well, like Refugio tries to drag Bomb into the hot metal liquid before I think Rock throws one of
Yeah,
what was it? Wang Nan bombs at
yeah,
him.
like I don't know, like I guess that's what they are. They literally look like Pokeballs, but yeah, I guess yeah, they're your bomb.
Yeah, I mean that was also my first impression. I mean, obviously they're not, but it's one of like a Wang Nan's bombs that he used against
Well,
Bomb earlier in the
well,
season.
speaking of Wongnod, like while this is happening, like I guess like Bomb is thinking he's about to die, but he gets like all these flashbacks of his interactions with Wongnod. About Wongnod how he says like he wants to change the tower or whatever. And
Yeah,
I was like wondering, I
I
don't know,
mean,
like, but then all his friends, come to save him. But I was wondering, like, why specifically he was just having all these visions of Wangnan, and not like I guess everybody else that has helped him throughout the story.
I can understand that. Um, that Bomb sees Wang Nan as as a good friend to him now. I mean, I don't know. I kind of felt like they kind of overdid it a bit there. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know. They just
I
like
mean, unless Wangnan has
showed
some
like
kind
a
of like
long montage.
plot significance that I'm not like aware of, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's. I mean, Wang Nan like has like a similar goal alongside everybody else of why he wants to climb the tower and
Yeah,
whatnot. But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of felt like the significance of him being friends with mom. I mean, I can understand why they want them to be friends, but I think they kind of overplayed it a bit in some aspects.
yeah. We also see the I guess the two people who are running the workshop battle. The workshop battle are like I guess they were betrayed by this. I forget what his name is, but this guy with like this really weird like long mouth. Um,
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't make sense to me at the time. I that's the one thing that didn't make sense to me of what's going on in behind the scenes with the of what's going on in the tower
well,
and
we also learned that
yeah.
that everything that's been happening there has that I think I forget who was doing it, but apparently like they were broadcasting like everything that was going on to everybody else in the tower. Um, except
Yeah.
the thing, anything having to do with the thorn. But everything else, like people are seeing what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, well, none of this is. I don't. At least I don't think it's the. This whole thing is being broadcasted to everybody else. So
Well,
it does.
they
It
were
doesn't.
showing like video
Yeah.
feed of it being broadcast to like people. So
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, the two guys that were running the workshop battle apparently. Well, I think they got killed off camera, and we see them like their bodies like on the floor soon after this. By the end of the
yeah.
episode, but it's real. It's I don't know. It's really not clear of like what's going on. Uh, I don't know behind the scenes of what how like what whoever is working
Well,
behind
I
the
mean,
scenes.
we've seen this guy and this other person as well. Like there's one guy like sitting in a chair that whether we have only seen him for like a few scenes, but it's clear that there's something I guess bigger going on behind the scenes, but we're not exactly sure what. Um,
Yeah, I mean it's more or less related to what Rafflesia was trying to accomplish by having Bomb melted down and taking his his new thorn weapon, whatever it
yeah.
is.
But yeah, I don't really have much else to say about the episode. I did think that the animation definitely improved at some points in the episode, like during some of the fight scenes. But I guess it's just because they're so close to the end that they, I guess, maybe put more budget into the fight scenes. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, they've looked a lot better than they have. But yeah, I don't have much else to say about the episode, though. I don't know if you have anything else to say about it.
Yeah, so what we are going to see the epilogue for this season. Well, it's mostly going to be focused on Endorsi wanting that date with Bomb. It's yeah, it's because it's I don't know. I really feel like it's kind of weird that now Endorsi wants to start a relationship with Bomb after all this time. Well,
I
considering
don't
that
know if it's a
Bomb.
relationship so much as just a date, I guess. But it seems to be like the only thing that she cares about is like going on this date with
Yeah,
Bomb. But I mean, as we
yeah,
all know, Bomb doesn't really. I don't think Bomb sees her that way. He's obsessed with Rachel, which we still haven't seen Rachel. So I don't know. I still expect Rachel is going to make an appearance at some point before the season is over. Um,
yeah.
but
Well, I don't think she's going to be interacting
she'll probably
with
just,
anyone
I mean, if
significant.
anything, she'll probably like show up at the very end just to, I don't know, either tease season 3 or just to, just remind everybody that she's still there, I guess. But uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
It most likely season 3 teasers if anything. But yeah, with Bomb like free of Fug and reunited with his friends, like now he can I guess he can move on to progressing up the tower alongside his not only his old friends but his new ones too.
yeah. I mean, season 2, I didn't, I wasn't sure how to feel about it, like when it first started, and I think it actually, strangely enough, I feel like it's improved a little bit since like they started the workshop battle arc. I think it's probably honestly been the best thing about season 2. The first half of it, I feel like the pacing was kind of weird, and I think it could have been better. The workshop battle arc, though, I think has somewhat improved season 2. I still feel
Yeah,
like it's not quite as good as season 1, but like I don't know, it's not bad. And I mean, I think I don't mind that we got more I guess development with Bomb, but I just kind of wish it would have made a little bit more sense with where he is now in terms of his character arc. Because
yeah,
it just feels like there's a lot missing with like him and his interactions with like his new friends and everything. I feel like we should have gotten a little bit more of that.
yeah. I felt like Bomb as a character in the first half of the season anyway. He just felt like more of a secondary character or like a background character for most of that time
Mhm.
until like he finally got back into the forefront as the actual main character by the second half of this season. Um, I mean, there were I guess there are like storyline reasons for that. But it's I don't know. It just didn't feel like we were getting anywhere with Bomb not until like the workshop battle kicked in soon after this.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't have much else to say. I don't know if you have anything else to say about the episode.
Oh yeah, it was a good episode. Well, definitely a good conclusion. With Bomb finally, being free of Fug and reuniting with his friends once more, and we'll have to see where it goes for the next season. I mean, I'm not expecting much else for this next episode, other than like Endorsi wanting to go on a date with Bomb for this episode. But yeah, we'll have to see where it goes from here, and what that means for season 3, whenever that's going to be coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, but that all being said, until next time, we will see you all later.